Into another segment of the Sit Down with Malik Wright, presented by First Star Logistics. And on this segment, I'll be discussing something that not a lot of people are even talking about, but the AFC picture is wide open. There is no dominant team right now in the AFC. The Chiefs don't look dominant. The Bills don't look dominant. The Bengals don't look dominant. The Jaguars don't look dominant. The Chargers don't look dominant. The Jets shoulda, coulda, woulda. But they did beat the Eagles the other day. So good on the Jets. But, when the going gets tough, I don't expect them really to break through. But I guess my question, Daniel, to you is, who do you see coming out of this AFC picture, man? Nobody has grabbed the mantle. The Chiefs look weaker this year.
Yep.
The Bills, I don't know what the hell that was. I've seen too many performances like that from the Bills this season where it's late starts, and you know they're going to pull it out. Unless they're facing the Jets, you know they're going to pull it out. But it's too many close calls. To me, that should have been a pass interference called against the New York Football Giants. Wasn't called, meaning it should have been called against the Bills in the game against the New York Football Giants. Wasn't called, and the Bills going to win that game by the skin of their teeth. We also saw them have the hiccup against the Jacksonville Jaguars in London. We also saw them have the hiccup against the New York Football Jets. To me, this is becoming a reoccurring theme of this Bills team. It's hit or miss.
Yep.
This is a team that was a minus 1,400 favorite. The biggest favorite in the NFL this season for a game. And they won that game by the skin of the teeth. They got outplayed by Tyrod Taylor and grocery baggers that the Giants picked up at your local Kroger. That's what happened. And they won that game by the skin of their teeth. Where is this Bills pass rush that everybody talked about? AJ Epineza, Ed Oliver, Von Miller. Where are all these guys at? Getting outworked by a bunch of backup offensive linemen? I'm sorry I'm ridiculing the Bills right now. But to me, if I'm a Bills fan, I understand it's like, woo, we won, great. We won. But that's a real cause for concern. That's a real cause for concern. Your defense look like shit. Your offense look like shit. And you're lucky to have beaten the New York Giants. Never thought I'd say that. But you're lucky to have beaten the New York Giants. Saquon ran on you all night. To me, for a team that invested so much capital in draft or financial commitment to this defensive line, you would have expected more. Daniel, what say you?
So once again, you can point at every single AFC team. And that's the beautiful thing. Heading into this year, everybody said, it's the AFC. The AFC is so strong. Well, now you can point at every team. You talked about the Bills. Let's look at the Chiefs, right? The Chiefs' offense is the issue. Their defenses actually look good with Nick Bolton back. Their cornerbacks are looking good. Their defense is looking good. But there's offense, you can still say, who's at receiver? The Bengals. The Bengals are beating teams by the skin of their teeth. Yeah. The Bengals don't look great.
Yeah.
And you got what other teams? The Jaguars, same thing. The only real team, and this is where it's a beautiful thing because it's a full season. I still have a lot of concerns about Tua. The number one team in the AFC is the Miami Dolphins. They have to be right now. I'm not saying they are the best team come playoff time, but right now they are currently the best team in the AFC.
Let's slow our roll for a second. Let's talk about that. They're not.
So who's the best?
I don't think anybody is. I don't think anybody has staked that claim because I just saw a Bills team run them over. I'm just saying the holes that we're talking about, right? If you look at the Chiefs offense and getting it going. Look at the Bengals offense and getting it going. Look at the Bills. I don't know what the hell's going on. You look at the Dolphins, their defense is shit. Their defense isn't good. And guess what? You're beating up on teams like the Panthers. By the way, the Panthers gave them a little bit of a fight there for a second. You're beating up on teams like the Giants. You're beating up on teams like the Broncos. But when you had your first real test of the season against a dominant team, you folded. So that's what I'm saying. It ain't like I'm not ready to stake claim on anybody right now. The AFC is wide open. I don't think this the Dolphins looked just like this last year before Tua's injury. Then they ran into a buzzsaw on the Cincinnati Bengals. So what I'm saying is the Dolphins have not faced any teams of the upper echelon of the AFC outside of the Bills. And when they faced the Bills, they crumbled. So what I'm saying is when the Dolphins face a team that gives them a little bit of resistance and they're not able to put up the miraculous 11 receptions for Tariq Hill and 200 plus yards and 3 touchdowns and he gets his cell phone out and flips his phone and all that crap, they look they struggle. They can be beat.
1,000%.
And so that's what I'm saying. There's no team right now that has staked the claim in the AFC. I understand the Dolphins can only play who's in front of them, and they're beating those teams outside of the Bills that are in front of them. But when I saw them face the Bills, and I saw the way the Bills were able to just continue to run, continue to get the ball down the field on them with ease, with a little resistance. To me, that just makes me feel even more, because the Dolphins for a while were looking like that.
Yep.
But when you face a team that is quote unquote of the upper echelon of the AFC, you should put up a better performance than what the Dolphins did. And they struggled, they failed. Okay, it happens, right? Teams are allowed to have bad games. But that's the sample size that we have to go off of. You face mediocre teams and you face a team that's supposed to be really, really good, and then you fell flat on your face. So what's going to happen when you face the Chiefs? What's going to happen when you face the Bengals? What's going to happen when you face some of these other teams? I can't help but feel like the Dolphins, once they face a team with a better defense, they're going to struggle. So that being said, there is no team right now in the AFC that has stuck their claim as the best team in the AFC. Nobody has done that just yet. We saw the Jaguars fold to the Texans, right?
Yep.
So like it's one of those things where it's a really weird, awkward year.
Yeah.
The Chargers look weird.
They're not. Yeah, they're not. I'm not confident in them. With Brandon Staley, they have one game with Khalil Mack with 6 sacks against a backup quarterback with the Raiders. But at the end of the day, the Chargers haven't proved anything to me. And once again, Mike Williams is out. So I just can't see them beating any of those teams in the playoffs. Can I be honest with you?
Yeah. I think in the end, in the AFC Championship, we're going to get Bengals versus Chiefs.
I agree.
I think that's what we're going to get. I think we're going to get the Bengals versus Chiefs again in the AFC Championship. I think both of those teams will figure it out. And I think the best team is going to win there. Yeah. That's what I think. But it's just a shame, because it's like, it feels like for the Bills, if not now, then when?
Yeah.
For the Chargers, if not now, then when? For the Dolphins, if not now, then when? It's all those, because Tyreek Hill is getting older. Of course, he can't keep doing this each and every single year in and year out. Yep. Plus, I also don't want to dismiss Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle is a phenomenal talent, but for me, it's just like they bring Vic Fangio in because they want the defense to become a stronger side of the ball. And it hasn't been that just yet. Yeah. It hasn't been that just yet. So I don't know. I feel like the AFC is very weird. That being said, I feel like the NFC is very. I don't think the NFC is that great either, if you ask me.
No.
I think it's the Niners. I think it's the Eagles, and I think it's the Lions. Yeah. Who else is there?
No one. And obviously, we can talk about the Cowboys. The Cowboys are fine.
The Cowboys, when the Cowboys run into the buzzsaw of the 49ers, they forget who they are.
Yep. And that's the weird thing about it. May sound like we're being basic, but I'm telling you guys, coaching and consistency, that's what wins football games in the playoffs. I promise you guys, that's what wins football games. So we can make the claim, okay, it could be the Chargers, it could be the Jaguars. The Jaguars are the team where you can point and say, okay, they could have another, Cinderella year, but come playoff time against the Chiefs, against the Bengals, I don't see them doing it. So I'm with you on the same page. I look at the Bills. The Bills have too many issues. And we've already seen the matchup Bills versus Bengals, and we've already seen the matchup Chiefs versus Bills. Somehow in the playoffs, the Bills always lose it. So if I were to make my prediction right now, I think, once again, Bengals versus Chiefs. And in the NFC, I really can't trust any other team besides the 49ers. I know they just lost to the Browns, but I don't see any other team. Yeah. The Eagles, sure, but the Eagles have had their own issues. But I really don't see any other team in the NFC competing with the 49ers. The Lions, you know how much I love them. I don't see them doing in the playoffs against the Niners. I think that the Lions could give the Eagles a tough test. I really do. But besides that, it's going to be 49ers, Chiefs, Bengals, in my opinion. Those are the 3 best teams. So
well, it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens in the AFC. Let us know who you guys think is the best team in the AFC. Is it the Bills? Is it the Bengals? Is it the Chiefs? Is it the Jaguars? Is it the Dolphins? Is it a team that we're not even talking about right now? Who do you guys think will be the team in the AFC when it all is said and done? Let us know in the comment section. If you like more video content like this, give this video a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and turn on post notifications so you guys don't miss when we go live from the First Star Logistics Studio.